Hi from the Panhandle. My well went bad, and my well's 400 feet down. I've not really been able to find any information on how to take this out myself. I got a quote, and that wasn't happening. So I devised a way, just wanted to make a quick video. I'm not going to show the whole process. But I went and got a couple vice grips, and I put a vice grip on either side, wrap a chain around the pipe. And the only thing I have available is this engine hoist, which is pretty slow. I figured every time I crank the handle, I get an inch. And mathematically that worked out to about pumping that handle 4,800 times. But I've got 300 feet of pipe that I've already taken out. And then I've got 100 feet left to go. These are 20-foot sections of metal pipe. So I've got 5 pieces to take out. I roughly estimate that to get 100 feet out, it takes me about close to 3 hours. So it's not fun. And I don't think I'm going to put this pipe back in. I haven't really, until I can go to a plumbing place and figure out the cost on that. That'll kind of determine if or not the pipe gets replaced. So I'm going to not bore you with jacking this up. I'm going to jack it up and then I'll pause the video and show how I block it off so I can reattach the jack. My only goal for today is to get the rest of the 100 feet out. And this is why my Toyota pickup project is on hold. So we'll go ahead with this video. Alright, once I get the pipe jacked up to as high as this will go, you got to block off the pipe. And one thing I want to mention, and why everyone tried to kind of discourage this, is if this pipe, which is another 100 feet of it, and the pump were to slip and fall into the well, the chance of getting that out is very slim. And it can get very costly to get it out or to drill another well. I'm told this well costed $20-some thousand back in the day to drill. So I try to be methodical, and I try to do everything the same way every time, because I know so far it's worked. What I do is I take a pipe wrench and I put it right up against the well pipe. Get that tight and snug. And I just take a car jack on a piece of wood and jack up and put some pressure on this handle. That'll get the teeth to kind of bite on that pipe. Otherwise, there's the possibility that that pipe could just slip right down there. Then, for added measure, because when I release that, this pipe's going to want a tendency to pull out into the center. Every single time, I put a clamp on it, and I clamp it to the side of the metal well pipe as well. So with everything tight, always check and double check. Then what I do is I back the pressure up off of my jack, but I watch down there to see if there's any changes or anything that's giving. So far, so good. I've never had one of those fall off. I think it's because I haven't worked on this in days. So it's been sitting there. Holy cow is all I can say. What I try to do fairly quickly is I come down, re-put these on fairly tight. And I don't know why, but I always face them in opposite directions. Man, this got loose somehow. I don't feel like I left it. Oh, I see what happened. All right. I have no clue how this happened, other than it's a Makita brand. Sorry, Makita. But this was a brand new vice grips, and it's almost broken completely through. What that means for now is we definitely cannot go ahead with the process until we get another one of these. Holy cow, never had one of these break. Maybe it's a Makita thing. But basically, now that I can't show you, I mean, I put the second vice grip on here, face it the other way, and then I wrap my chain underneath the vice grips all the way around, and I wrap it again around the pipe, and then on the second time I always go over the chain that's hanging down, and then I wrap it again underneath, hook it back into this. I'll show you, but with one vice grip. But I'm definitely not going to lift the pipe up with one vice grip. So until I can get another vice grip, I'm going to put this around the pipe just so I'm not leaving it on that one pipe wrench, because I really don't want this sucker to fall down in there. That would kind of ruin my day. But I go around what would be both vice grips, and then on the second time I would go underneath the vice grip over here, but on top of this chain coming down. And then I would go around again. Lock that off. I'm gonna put a little pressure on it, not much, because I no longer really trust these Makita. Maybe that's why you can't price shop. All right, and unfortunately this is where I have to leave it. I'll try to add to the video when I get 20 feet sticking out of the ground. If I don't get back to it, basically I just take 2 pipe wrenches, loosen the fitting, and toss one off to the side and add it to my rather growing pile over there. I hope to get this done, figure out what kind of pipe I'm going to use. Some people don't recommend plastic going down 400 feet. A lot of people say they do it. So I know that with the rust that I'm getting on this pipe, some people say that over time, not only do you have the problem with it clogging the pipe, but it can make your water to the point where it just gets too rusty and murky to be drinkable. Also, I've been reading up on before I turn the pump on, when you access a well, you're supposed to clean it with bleach and a whole flushing system. I may or may not cover that. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that cover that, but I do plan on doing that and then flushing it through the house, letting it sit in the pipes and then flushing it out. One thing I've learned, if you're on a septic field like I am, you don't want to be flushing that bleach water out into your septic field, because it stands to reason you've got bacteria out there that you want. So for me, I'm going to undo my system so I'm not pumping that bleach water out into the septic field. Hopefully I'll cover that in a video, and then hopefully I'll get back onto other projects that I have around here. This kind of just came out of nowhere. Alright, till next time.